a laser dancer is a very unique, and it really adds a dimension to a laser show, which can otherwise seem very cold and static. Now, I've been working with lasers for years. I absolutely love laser to death, but sometimes laser can be very cold. But the human element adds a whole different dimension to it. And today we are blessed to have a very unique dancer, laser dancer with us. And she's going to share some of her tricks and tips and going to show us some of her stuff that she does. And we're going to get back to Brandy in just a moment. But first, welcome to Argon TV. I am Tim Bennett, your host, and we're here with another episode. And as I say, today we're talking about laser dancers. And it's really unique. I've been using it for a long, long time. Many years now, I've been having the human element in my shows. And I just think it adds a whole different element to the show. And I love it. Audiences love it. I love it. And I think it's really, really fantastic. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome to Argon TV our very own laser dancer. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Brandy Alexander. Brandy, how are you? Welcome to Argon TV.
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely great to have you here. And I'm really excited about this because I've been looking at some of your Facebook pages and some of your photos and everything. And as I said, when we first met just now, it looks like blacklight has taken over your house.
Yes, that is true. I would say almost every room in my house is UV lit.
That's really cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, what inspired you in the beginning? You go back to the beginning and when you started dancing and when you started with lasers, what inspired you to do all of that?
Well, I actually we would be going back to the 90s because that's when I started listening to electronic music and attending rave parties and dancing. And I think that maybe the first laser show that I ever saw was probably in 1998 or 99 in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was mind-boggling to me. I had never seen anything so beautiful. And it was one of those things where I loved it and it seemed unobtainable. It seemed like, these magicians, they do these lasers. And I didn't ever think that I would have the opportunity to be able to be one of those people myself. And it turns out, that if you set your mind to things that you can make them happen.
Absolutely. And I think this is a very special moment. And I've had a few guests on the show who've talked about this moment when you first see laser. And it definitely happened to me. My story is I used to own a club in England, or I bought a club in England, and I very naively had no idea what I was doing. And we were talking to the DJ and he said, I have a laser here. And I said, what's a laser? And we turned it on and I went, oh my God, I fell in love with laser. And that was it. I had a laser and I've been in the laser industry ever since, and it's changed my life. And I think it's brilliant. And I think you have this special moment where you see a laser for the first time and it makes this huge impact on us. And then we just go crazy for it and do something about it. It sounds like that's what happened to you.
Absolutely. So if you fast forward through the years, I started a production company. We started throwing psytrance parties in Mexico, and I did that for about 10 years. And then decided to move to the US because I was living in Mexico at the time. And that was fabulous. But when I got here, it was like a whole new scene. The music industry here in Colorado is one of the best in the world. We have top-notch lighting crews. Everybody who's anybody tours here, and it's really an epicenter for music. And that's when I actually started becoming friends with people that do lasers and checking out the equipment and seeing that it could be a possibility for me to be able to do that too. And so anybody who does lasers knows that it's not cheap. So It is a very expensive hobby, and I invested a lot into it. I have two 10 watts and two 11-watt lasers that I own of my own. And if I bring you over here, I can show you. I've got a controller, the APC 40 controller, and I run everything on Beyond. So just putting together all of that equipment was like a massive jump. It was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a laserist, and I got my variants, and I got my lasers, and I started doing events, and it was going really well for me. The last big event that I got to do before the pandemic was Carl Cox. I did lasers for Carl Cox, and I was right there. The Crystal Method, I was going to be doing booking for them for an upcoming event right after that, and then it all just got shut down, from the pandemic. So it was a little bit crushing, just because I had invested so much time and energy and passion and all of that, and to just be like, okay, now what am I going to do? I'm stuck in my house with all of this amazing equipment. So how can I be creative? How can I still do something beautiful and amazing with these, concert quality lasers in my little tiny house? And that's when I started doing photography, setting up my lasers and taking pictures and taking pictures with them and dancing with them, and just trying to be as creative as I can, because not everybody has access to this kind of equipment. I mean, it's something that's really special, and I didn't want to just waste it. I didn't want it sitting here gathering dust and making me feel sad. So I started my project called Laser Thumper, and I just, rather than be bummed out, did that.
Well, that's actually how we met. I saw one of your photos on a page dedicated to lasers. I won't say exactly which page it was. And I was very impressed. I mean, it was such an eye-catching photo. In fact, this is the photo here that I saw. And as I scrolled down through the comments, I saw your comment in relation to some other people's comments, and you were kind of a little upset that people were focusing on I don't like to say negative, but they were focusing not on your creativity, not on your moving forward and taking advantage of what you have in your house. But some people were saying some comments that were really just downright disrespectful. And then there are other people who were really having a go at you about the laser safety. And I thought, and I messaged you and said, don't let the bastards get you down. Because there are some people will, no matter what you do, you'll never make everyone happy. So I just ignore those people. But I thought it'd be good to discuss the side of it that we just mentioned briefly, which was your variants and the laser safety. I'm pretty sure that you're doing a safe laser show, yes?
I am absolutely doing a safe laser show. I do hold my own variants, and I do take things like that very, very seriously. I have top of the line, laser safety goggles that I did a lot of research on, and I actually use goggles, not glasses, so they are strapped down to my face. They can't come off. They can't, while I'm moving and dancing, they can't do anything like that. And I still never look directly into my lasers. I don't care what glasses you have. I've got an 11-watt laser blasting at me. I'm not going to look straight into it. But I will say that the photograph that you showed, I couldn't even see the lasers through the glasses in the picture. I can't see them. They're just gone. So they're definitely working. And I love my eyes. I would never do something that would put myself in harm's way. I understand that, that. So
yeah, and you did actually reach out to other people for like professional help, didn't you?
Absolutely. I did not just go into it thinking, I'll just find a random pair of glasses and put them on. I reached out to the people in my community that I trust the most, and I asked them what they think would be the safest way to go, and that's how I ended up with the I think they're Noir lasers, NOIR. Laser Shields is the actual name of the company, and I have their webpage pulled up right here, and I don't know if you can even see it or if it would be something that you would do, but this is where I purchased my goggles from, and they're a great company because they make so many different styles. You can get them in goggles, you can get them in glasses, you can get them really big and really small, and just whatever suits your face. So I think it's kind of a neat company.
Cool. And if you shoot me the link later on, I'll actually include that in the interview so people can see it and find it.
Yeah,
and that's brilliant. So great. I think anyone who would look into an 11-watt laser directly must be kind of insane anyway. And
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
But there are some people who just love to spoil a party. So great. So you're going to do like a little show for us or something, is that right?
Well, I was going to show you a couple of my cues. I'm not set up right now to do to actually be dancing with my lasers because I have to set them up on the floor for that. But I would be happy to record a clip for you and send it to you if you'd like to add it.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yes, please.
But I don't have them down on the floor right now. I don't like to keep them there because they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Show this last weekend, and then unfortunately I was not feeling well because I got my shot.
Yeah, I heard you got zapped. Yeah,
and it just really kicked my butt. I don't know if I don't know if you've gotten your vaccination or
no. I haven't yet. I'm in a part of the world where it's not easily available. And it's actually going back to when you were talking about all your equipment and everything earlier, it's actually quite rare to see a female in this industry carrying around lasers and setting them up and doing what you're doing. So, that's awesome that you're doing that.
Right? That's what, and you would think that people would be a little bit more encouraging. But I will say one thing that I've noticed, like in a lot of different forums and stuff like that, when I say I'll make a post or something like that, and before I get a chance to even answer any questions or anything like that, people will come in and just answer for me, and not really give me a chance to talk about it or about what I'm doing or what I think or anything like that. And so I think that would be like a really great thing if people could be a little bit more willing to let women have a voice sometimes and not just answer our questions for us, because, we might have something interesting to say.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome what you're doing, which is why you're on the program. I saw the photos, I saw some of the stuff you're doing, and I thought you deserve to be here and share your talent. And the whole concept of Argon TV is actually to help people, especially during this difficult time, get their message out and share your stories. What you're doing right now is brilliant. I love this. You know, I've had lasers for a long, long time, but I don't have any with me here right now.
Oh
They're
no.
all, I know it's driving me crazy, and I can't get any. All the shipping is closed down at the moment, and we're in lockdown, you know?
I know. Ugh, it is so hard.
Yeah, this is cool. What do your family think of this?
They are so supportive. Everyone has just been really amazing with me on this. It's, you know, like I said, it's not inexpensive of a hobby. and and so you really have to you skimp in some places in order to be able to afford it in others. And so we've made sacrifices so that I could do it. And I'm really blessed to have a family that's supportive of me in that
That,
way.
that's brilliant. I tell you,
Yeah.
that's really fantastic. And then I know when I do have like shows going on before, I mean, we haven't done a show this year or even last year. It's been about 18 months since I've actually done a show, but while we were doing shows, you know, everyone wanted to be my friend and get free tickets and come around and things like that. And I'm sure you get the same, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out in that room. I've never been to Colorado, but I'm gonna have to come across
Oh
sometime.
well, you are more than welcome to visit. And I saw pictures of your beautiful wife too, and she's
Yes.
horrible. I was like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful she is. So you can bring her over, and we can do lasers and hang out in Colorado
Yeah,
anytime.
she is beautiful. That's a great offer. Indeed. Actually, I was in Bangkok airport one time, and this American guy saw it. He goes, "Holy shit, you must be a hell of a salesman."
Right.
And I said, "I am absolutely, yes." So brilliant. So yeah, we'll have to come over there one day. So what tips have you got to anyone who's watching, like any girl or female who's in the industry and thinking about doing what you're doing? What advice or tips would you give to them?
Um, I would say, follow your dreams, and it's definitely a field that is mainly men. It's a men's game, it seems like, and we should change that. We really should. I would absolutely love to be part of an event that had more female in their lighting staff, because there's just hardly ever any. And you don't have to wear just a black hoodie and hide in the back of a room just because you're on a lighting crew. You can still stand out. You can still be a dancer. You can still be beautiful and do amazing, wonderful things, and be female and love lasers and be a laserist. Like, you can have all of those things.
Fantastic. I actually have 5 dancers in my crew. They're called the Argonettes,
Oh,
and they're a great team. And one of my production managers and stage managers is female as well, and she's awesome. And I like having the girlies around me, because it brings a softer approach to things and a more loving approach to things. And the guys are hard, and but having the girl around in the crew, it brings for me, I enjoy it. It brings a softer approach to everything, so it's nice to have. Yeah, indeed. So brilliant. So what's the future for you? Where are you going with all this?
well, I'm not completely sure yet, but I am working on moving down to Puerto Rico right now, and relocating down to there. And so I'm hoping that that I'll be able to get into some events and do some interesting things, and bring nice lasers to Puerto Rico. Yeah, so
That's fantastic. You get around a bit, eh?
yeah, for sure.
So, what is it? Do you have like clients who, they call you up and they hire you for an event, or do you actually produce the event itself?
I do produce some events, but I also get called up, because I've only been doing lasers for a few years. A lot of times I get called in when somebody else cancels. So that's one way that I've been able to pick up some gigs. But yeah, I mean, I'm part of the Burning Man community here in Colorado, and so people know me, and they know that, if they have that need, then they can look me up, and I'll do a show for them. And I'm not as expensive as some other people, so that helps.
And for those people who don't know what the Burning Man community is, what is that?
Well, Burning Man is it's an event that happens in the desert in Black Rock City, Nevada. And it's not a festival. It is an immersive art experience. And you should really look it up because there's a lot more to it than I could explain myself. But our community believes in radical inclusion and self-reliance and leaving no trace. And we have these set of principles that we follow, and they really help you just be a better human. So that's kind of where I get a lot of my inspiration.
Fantastic. Well, it's always good to be a better human. We could do a few more people like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially right now. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it's great talking to you, and I love what you're doing. I actually love Blacklight. It's been a long time since I've done a Blacklight show. In fact, it's actually been a long time since I've done a show.
Right.
But I love the contrast of Blacklight with lasers. I think it's a really beautiful element, and what you're doing is really fantastic. So keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And it's been great having you here on Argon TV. And if you can shoot me that little video, I'd really appreciate it. We'll embed it in this so that people can see. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it? Is it through Facebook?
I would actually, my Instagram would probably be the best way to get in touch with me, and to also follow my project and see my work, which would just be at Laser Thumper.
Okay, great. So on Instagram, you are Laser Thumper, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I will track you down and join you on Instagram.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Well, Brandy, thank you very much for being here with us today. You're our very first laser dancer to be interviewed on the channel, so that's awesome. And I wish you great success in the future with all your projects. Please keep in touch. And, if you have any updates and stuff that you want to send me over, shoot stuff over anytime. Okay. We'll also include you in this month's magazine, which I'm just getting ready to create. Okay. And it's been great talking to you.
Great to talk to you as well.
So thank you for being here with us, everybody. I've been talking to the one and only, the very beautiful and amazing Brandy Alexander, who's our resident laser dancer. And we'll see you all again very, very soon in another exciting episode here at Argon TV. Until then, have a great day.